We're going to make an absolutely delicious butternut squash risotto. We're going to roast the squash first so it is sweet and tender. And while that's in the oven, we're going to do a simple cheats risotto. When the roasted squash is combined with the creamy risotto, it just creates a beautiful combination of both flavors and textures. Now, although this isn't one of my signature high protein recipes, you can serve it on its own. Equally, it goes just as well with some grilled or barbecued chicken breast on the side if you want to boost the overall protein content. Anyway, sounds good? This is how you make it. Butternut squash is actually much easier to prepare than you think. All you need to do is cut it in half, peel off the skin using a sharp knife, and then scoop out the insides before chopping them up, just like you would a melon, I suppose. A whole butternut squash will be more than we need for this recipe. We only need 500 grams, so save the rest for later. Then you're going to chop up an onion, set that aside, and for roasting the squash, we're going to tip it out onto a baking tray, like I said, 500 grams, and then we're going to add a tablespoon of olive oil along with a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. Then we're going to hit it up with some seasoning. All we're using is black pepper and some salt. And then you want to get your hands in, or you could use a spatula, I suppose, and just make sure the butternut squash is nicely coated in the mixture, and then pop it in the oven about 180 degrees for 40 minutes. While that's roasting away, you want to soften one onion in about 10 grams or say a tablespoon of butter. Cook it on a medium heat so it softens nicely. Then add your garlic cloves, fry that for a further 30 seconds or so. Just again, make sure you add the garlic at the end, otherwise it could burn because it will cook a lot quicker than your onion. For strong booze, I'm using whiskey, but you could use rum or brandy or something. It's really just to give it a deep flavour. Now, you're going to burn off pretty much all the alcohol, so put that in, pretty much let all the liquid evaporate, and then add your uncooked risotto or paella rice along with a teaspoon of mixed herbs. Then mix all of that through so that the rice is coated in the seasonings, and then we're going to add stock. You can use vegetable or chicken stock. And the reason why this is called a cheese risotto is because we're adding it all into the pan and then we're putting the lid on and actually cooking in the oven for the final 20 to 25 minutes alongside the squash. Then when everything's ready, you just need to combine the two, make sure everything is nicely combined. And at this point in the video, it'd be fantastic if you could just hit that like button for me. It's nothing to do with ego, it just means the video is more likely to be seen by more people if YouTube thinks it's good. So if you could hit like, I would very much appreciate it. Then all you need to do is plate up, garnish with some green, and get stuck in. So there we have it, roasted butternut squash risotto. Absolutely delicious dish on its own, or equally as good as a side. Now I'm going to have this for my dinner. I'm going to cook up some chicken on the barbecue, and I'm going to have this as a side dish. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy this recipe if you make it, and as always, drop me a comment below if you plan on making it and let me know what you think. And if you want the full recipe, you can just get it inside my recipes app, and there'll be a link for that in the description below. Anyway, thanks for being here. Speak to you later.